Early morning, let's explore the tale of the movie patron. This is the very, very tardy Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This morning, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as transformatively as General Leia Organa on Ajahn class under the guidance you received from Luke Skywalker, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any point during this morning's live stream you have a question about Buddhist meditation or Buddhist philosophy and how it applies to you, or how you can apply it to your life, do not be shy, do not be bashful. Type your question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Don't wait till the end of class. By the end of class, my brains will be oatmeal. So I'm going to tap button 5. Let's jump right in. Let us revisit our friend the movie patron. He has purchased his ticket and his snack and his beverage and has taken a seat in the air-conditioned comfort of the movie theater. After a handful of trailers, how many? Just enough to make him forget what movie he came to see. And after those trailers, the movie begins, and whether it is an adventure or horror or comedy or drama, our friend the patron sits back and enjoys the ride as he knows he has little other choice. For he does not confuse himself for the screenwriter, nor the editor, nor director, nor producer, and knows completely that what occurs upon the screen is utterly out of his control. So he nibbles his snack and sips his beverage and enjoys the show. Likewise, when we sit down, take 2. Likewise, when the wise sit down cross-legged to meditate, they know it is not their job to select the sensations or flavors or scents or sounds or sights or emotions or intentions or reasonings or recollections or imaginings that cartwheel across the metaphoric stage of their mind. What then is their job? To notice, vulnerable and passive, without bothering to analyze or label, and to physically relax that we might mentally let go. And do all this in harmony with the tightening tendencies of each inhalation and with the relaxing propensities of each exhalation. For, in our very good fortune, that is how evolutionary biology selected for our bodies and minds to best operate. And if we put this advice into action every morning and every evening, then we could very much be like a child with a video game, difficult and frustrating and seemingly impossible to prevail against, who at long last receives the manufacturer's cheat codes and is at last able to transform their time spent with the video game from an ordeal into a delight. Let's see. Hit home button real quick. Gotta check some administration. Hoo-ha. Let's see. Gotta go to core and easy proto zen and check my records. Okay, that'll work. Splendid. So before I'm looking forward to chanting and meditating with you. However, I think it best to spend 1 minute on housekeeping. Every day I live stream 4 meditation classes without any advertisements or product placements. If you find value in these lessons and explanations and techniques and guided meditations and my enthusiasm to answer your questions, then allow me to remind you that with your assistance, this channel can help support the next generation of nuns, monks, yogis, lamas, and even brick-and-mortar meditation centers, each replete with a resident teacher and an apprentice. If this speaks to you, if you think it's a good idea, you're welcome to help out, even for as little as the cost of 1 cup of coffee a month. Simply use your smartphone's camera to capture this QR code, or if you're old school, simply click one of the donation links in the description area below the video. All right. Let us train in empathy and enthusiasm. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hate and craving and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hate and craving and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. May I liberate all beings from the tyranny of hate and craving and clinging by relying on the Buddha's example, instructions, and students. All right, together let us chant the Heart of Wisdom Sutra, and in so train in the wisdom of letting go, the first fold of the Eightfold Path. The noble Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, while practicing the deep practice of Prajnaparamita. By the way, here's a technique I learned from my Zen brothers. On your left hand, make a fist around your thumb. And with your other hand, grab that fist and hold your forearms so that they're parallel to the ground. That'll bring your fist into your solar plex. While practicing the deep practice of Prajnaparamita, looked upon the 5 skandhas and seeing they were empty of self-existence. Satyā Shariputra, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not separate from form, form is not separate from emptiness. Whatever is form is emptiness, whatever is emptiness is form. The same holds for sensation and perception, memory and consciousness. Here Shariputra, all dharmas are defined by emptiness, not by birth or destruction, purity or defilement, completeness or deficiency. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no sensation, no perception, no memory, and no consciousness. No eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, and no mind. No shape, no sound, no smell, no taste, no feeling, and no thought. No element of perception from to conceptual consciousness. No causal link from consciousness to old age and death. No end of causal link from consciousness to old age and death. No suffering, no source, no relief, no path, no knowledge, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, without attainment, bodhisattvas take refuge in Prajnaparamita and live without the wall of the mind. Without walls of the mind and thus without fears, they see through delusions and finally accomplish nirvana. All Buddhas, past, present, and future, also take refuge in Prajnaparamita and realize and excel perfect enlightenment. You should therefore know the great mantra of Prajnaparamita, the mantra of great magic, the unexcelled mantra. The mantra equal to the unequal, which is all suffering and is true, not false. The mantra in Prajnaparamita is spoken thus: Gate gate para gate para sangate buddhi swaha. Now let us apply the 17-syllable mantra. We can practice generically, silently and mentally reciting how relax into the awareness of this during our inhalation, and silently and mentally relaxing into the recitation of this 17-syllable mantra. Now, if you don't want to practice generically, if you have something specific weighing heavy on your heart, then refer to it with an economy of syllables right here. For instance, how relax into the awareness of this sinus pain. Is that going to make the sinus pain go away? No. Will it help you to make peace with the sinus pain? It could. Gate gane mara sangare buddhi swaha. Gate gane mara sangare buddhi swaha. Gate bara sangare buddhi swaha. Gate para sangare buddhi swaha. Gate bara sangare buddhi swaha. Gate bara sangare buddhi swaha. Gate bara sangare buddhi swaha. Gate para 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 sangare buddhi swaha. Gare gare para san gare buri swaha. Gare gare para san gare buri swaha. Gare gare para san gare buri swaha. 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 Okay, so we're going to take inspiration from the physically oriented metaphoric practice of Soto Zen's just sitting. We're going to begin by simply breathing with our diaphragm. Diaphragm relaxing. Okay, quick like a bunny, I'm going to do an edit. Good morning, by the way. Welcome to the live stream. When you have questions about the Buddha's meditation techniques or philosophies, or you wish to get advice on how to apply them to the specific situation of your life, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of your screen. In the 70s, there was a movie called Walking Tall. We're going to practice the Buddhist version, sitting tall. So while we are persisting in our diaphragmatic breathing, we're going to silently and mentally remind ourselves to sit tall during the inhalation, as silently and mentally we recite sitting tall. During our exhalation, we're going to relax into the non-graspable nature of experience. We're going to meditate simply as silently and mentally we recite, relaxing. The screen's going to go nuts. I will remedy it in a moment. So even though we're sitting tall, we don't want our scapula closed like we're practicing Shotokan karate. We want our scapula open. So scapula closed, scapula open. All right, now that we've warmed up, we're ready for the main act. And once again, the screen is going to lose its mind. So here is the secret of Zen and Chant and Dhyana, Mahasandhi Ati Yoga, Sutra, Mahamudra, Dzogchen, and Trekcho. What are you doing during your So, as we breathe in, we are mindful of the play of mind. As silently and mentally we recite, noticing. During each exhalation, we relax into mind's non-graspable nature. As silently and mentally we recite, relaxing. And that's our only job, to notice and relax in harmony with our inhalation and our exhalation and their respective facets of our autonomic nervous system that evolved to notice and relax vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. Once again, the screen will lose its mind. If there is such a thing as good karma, I spent all mine on receiving Dharma teachings. And I'm very grateful to the teachers, the Bantes and Lamas and Tulkus who taught me these techniques. I forgot Tays. and Roshi's. So remember, we are not actively noticing. How are we noticing? Vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. For that is how our sympathetic nervous system has evolved. If you've just joined us, welcome. When you have questions about Buddhist meditation or Buddhist philosophy or how to apply them to your life, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. As we breathe in, we are wired to notice care of our sympathetic nervous system. This is different than concentration. Concentration is rigid. It's an act of being controlling. What we're practicing is mindfulness, vulnerable, passive, visceral, and random. What are some of the things we could notice? We could notice sights, scents, sounds, flavors, sensations, and the like. We could notice emotion, intention, thoughts, memory, and imagination. We can notice the external and the internal, the physical or the mental, the pleasurable or the painful, the interesting or the boring, the glorious or the grotesque. But we have the same reaction to whatever it is we perceive. For during our exhalation, evolution has already wired us, thanks to the parasympathetic nervous system, to physically relax and mentally release. Why practice formal meditation if all we're doing is letting our autonomic nervous system do what it do? Because most of our life, our very, very complex 3-pound squishy supercomputer between our ears seems to be actively opposing the inner workings of our autonomic nervous system. I'm reminded of the wonderful line delivered by Vincent D'Onofrio in Men in Black. "Oh, you're barely conscious pond scum." And that's how most of us go through life. And rather than relaxing, we fight and rail and shake a white-knuckled fist to the heavens. So noticing and relaxing could be a refreshing change of pace. We cannot believe our ways to enlightenment, but we can feel our way. What if enlightenment was nothing more than the mastery of the Eightfold Path? Practice the Eightfold Path well, and in a week you could master it to the point of practicing it spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively. However, if you are unaccustomed to sitting for an hour at a pop to condition your mind and body, it may take, you might want to progress by 5 minutes a week. And give yourself 15 to 20 weeks. Gentle, easy as it. Let's seal our practice by performing the chants of wishing love, thus training in the second fold of the Eightfold Path. May everyone be free from stress, may everyone be happy. May no one be separated from the happiness. May everyone have balance from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging freed. May all beings everywhere plagued by suffering, so body and mind, receive a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of my merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by sorrow. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil receive rest and be restored. May the naked receive clothing, the hungry receive food. May the thirsty receive water and delicious drinks. May the poor receive wealth, those weak with sorrow receive joy. May the hopeless receive hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all the medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless receive power and the people long to benefit each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain. Until then may I too auspiciously remain to effectively dispel the miseries of the world. If you feel I have earned it, type something in the chat window. Give this live stream a thumbs up and share it on social media. In approximately 2¼ hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's mid-morning meditation. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.